Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we've got a map which has got technical problems. Not the map, actually. The BonBon has got technical problems. The map is actually really nice, so I think you're going to roll with today's map. Few of you are definitely going to subscribe to it. The problem that I've got at the moment is my game has been crashing a lot. I've lost so many hours this week, you wouldn't believe it. I think a lot of it has been down to tree anarchy. I don't know. The game worked perfectly fine for the review, but a few of the opening sequences, like this top-down view, I'm not entirely sure this is how the map's supposed to look in terms of the theme, and also the same will be the case with the top-down for the start square when we get there, but you'll still get a look of what start square is supposed to look like in terms of networking. You won't get any views of the map on BonBonBingo, of course, but you can play along just for a bit of fun, and of course if you want true fun, there's only one way to get that. That's right, laughing at me taking 5.5 hours to do a map review that should have taken about 2 to 2.5. That's the best way to get your fun today. Today's map is Highlake Point by Zwishy. Look at that thumbnail. This creator is really catching the eye. There's your start square. Ignore the theme, ignore the missing trees. Told you, tree anarchy, weird stuff going on. But the review went well in the end. We have got terrain heights that are perfectly playable with some interesting hills and mountains around the outside, and the resources are strong in the locations that we have resources. Okay, if you've got Sunset Harbour and want to do some fishing, we've got quite an interesting looking fishing map as well. All good. Off to the workshop. Hurrah! What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. And a few things to subscribe to. Not too many. The NAF roads, and that's basically it. Tree Anarchy is there. We'll be using the SCT Nature Reserve theme. And the Relight Bleak LUT. I do have Daylight Classic. That is, I use the old version. And Tree Anarchy at the bottom, I do have it. I have got it running. I was having problems. There's a bit of mass transit national road on the edge of the map there to get it started. But yes, at the time I thought I'm going to have to review this map using the unlimited tree mod, and I kept switching between, and I just kept crash after crash after crash. Slightly troublesome tree down here, by the way, right on the edge of the water and just encroaching slightly onto the highway, but neither one in itself is a huge problem. It just looks a bit awkward stuck there. But anyway, yes, so what I think we have now at ground level here, I think this is how the map is supposed to look in terms of the theme, in terms of the LUT, in terms of the trees. I think we've got it. I think we have got it. And highways. Right, okay. So first intersection here is a sweeping one. Curves around here with a national road heading off to our left, and that is the quickest route down to Start Square. We're going to go left, and it's going to give me a chance to talk about highway layout. Now, because I spent so long trying to get this map to work, and I was really worried that this was not going to happen, because I spent so long doing it. One of the things I really wanted to put into the review, I just didn't have time to record in the end. So I'm just going to talk over it. You can go back and have a look at the map layout from the start of the show, or even just grab it off of the workshop. The map is nice. The map has got a good layout, and it's got what at first glance appears to be a strong highway layout using the NAF roads. The thing is, it falls into the same trap that I did with my first map. No, this isn't the first map here, but my first map, Merrickstowe. Oh, by the way, we have done them once before. That was episode 1349, where they got 10 stars and the seal of approval. But yeah, Merrickstowe, I fell into the trap of doing a connection across one side of the map, a connection across the other side of the map, and then linking them together with a single connection across the middle. That basically means that 2/3 of all of your dummy traffic is having to cut right the way across the middle of the map. That is wanting to go from one side of the map to the other. This national road, this is just like a windy thing that goes off on its own. It's very nice. It's very nice. I have no problems with this national road at all. It just takes us on a scenic route across the way. But yes, where the actual start square is, and the start square intersection is on the belt that connects the two separate highways. And so anything going from point A to point C or point D will have to go through the start square. Anything going from point B to C or D will have to go through the start square and start square intersection. And similarly, coming back the other way, anything from C or D going to A or B will have to go through the start square intersection. It's going to put a lot of weight on that part of the road. And like I say, it's an easy thing to do wrong. It's exactly what I did wrong on Merrick Stowe, and it does bring the gameplay down just a bit. You'll find ways of fixing it. I'm not saying it's not fixable. I'm just saying it is something that just takes away from I don't have to worry about all of this. Just gonna have so much dummy traffic clogging things up that it could be a problem. Not play tested it to find out, but it could be. Also, while we're talking about networks, more about the networks, mass transit. It's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one, but I think I kind of ran out of time in the end, so I didn't get a chance to triple check everything. But I think the mass transit roads have only been used for the outside connections. Nice intersections, by the way, and very clean elevated bridges. Let's see, the word I would use for today's map is it's a clean map. We've got good, clean, solid standards and quite an aesthetically pleasing shape to the map as well. It's a clean map. There's also not much wrong with it at all, apart from the grumble about all the traffic having to go over that bridge that I was talking about. But yes, mass transit. Mass transit is needed because without mass transit, you're not going to get any traffic because the outside connections are done with mass transit. I think this is a perfectly... if you've got mass transit, it's not a problem. If you don't have mass transit, to buy mass transit just to have traffic able to access your custom highways. Yes, you can't connect without mods. You can't connect these custom roads to the outside world without the mods. So yeah, that's for me. I question the need for a mass transit road. I love the way that we've got the road. This is quality work here, by the way. The way that the road's been balanced on top of the dam there, it's clean and it's crisp and it's clean. Again, it's a clean map. The map is a clean map in a good sense. So anyway, yes. So yeah, mass transit. I think those outside connections where they are to replace the like I say, we started off on a mass transit national road. And when we get to the edge of the map over here, I believe it goes to 2-lane highways. I think we also fade just before we get there, but I'm pretty sure it goes to 2-lane highways up here. And again, mass transit. It could easily have been vanilla because it's right on the edge of the map. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. What do you connect to the edge of the map with? Don't care, because it's deep in the fog. It's right on the edge. If it's like 1 or 2 segments. No one really worries too much about it. Anyway, down to the rail. We've got good, strong rail connections. Now, I think it's fair to say that this is a realistic map. I don't think it's a real life location. I don't think. But it is a very realistic map. It's probably a real life location from somewhere. But it's not been sold up as being New York or Chicago or Leningrad. It is just a realistic, very pleasing shape of a map. Coming down past that thing. How does it go again? Oh yeah, everybody's favourite factory. Yeah, so what we have is a realistic map. and what looks like a realistic rail layout. And I would agree with all of that. Very clean little crisp bridge there. Clean again. Clean's the word. And I then have a grumble. Having had what is a clean, crisp rail line and highways that don't do anything stupid, because sometimes creators do stupid stuff. It's like the way that this lines the edge of the trees. Got good shapes on the trees as well. I'll show you some shapes of the trees later. But now you can actually see we're going up a hill now. It's not super steep, but you can see it with the naked eye. I'm trying to get those lines on. There you go. You can actually see it with the naked eye. If you can see it with the naked eye, then it's, for me, it's too steep. You can get over. The trams are slightly different because obviously trams are lighter. You're only pulling one or two things. When you're a train pulling a lot of rolling stock, it's heavy and you get very little friction and grip off of rails. So it's all about motion, all about rolling and climbing over it's less of a thing. It's less of a trams more so, metros more so, but trains. Anyway, I digress. Intermission time.
Are you having trouble keeping roundabouts around when you connect other roads? Do you wonder how on earth do other people manage this? Then you need BonBonB's Guide to Perfect Roundabouts. Click the information button now.
That should really be perfectly roundabouts, shouldn't it? Because I don't go into great detail on perfect roundabouts, just perfectly roundness of them. Oh, my bad. That was the script that I gave to Zack. Anyway, down to Highlake Point again by Zwishy. There are no shipping routes on today's map because it's a lake map and a river rather than shipping. But we do have an air route that you can see goes right across the middle of the map. Pretty cool, I would say. Water flow, we have a working river system. I think it's probably deep enough with enough water flow to work for a vanilla style play. Having said that, do give the water a chance to settle down. I did notice a couple of dry spots from the start of map, and it did take a little while for them to flush through. So anyway, I'm loving the shapes of the oil. You can make out the oil very clearly. The ore in the lighter colour there, in the ravines, and the shapes of the hills and the shapes of the trees as well. A bit of popping on the trees. I've got that. I think I switched off Tree Lod Fix in error, trying to get Tree Anarchy to work. Maybe that's why Tree Anarchy is now working, because Tree Lod Fix has been switched off. Must fix that. Lovely little henge going on there. No grumble with the henge. And then we have the dam. And again, good solid work with the dam. Without going to the next level, we don't always have to have the next level. It's just got to be clean and interesting. Now what we have here though, I feel here this merge of the water wouldn't be like this in real life. The water's flowing this way, it's also flowing down that way, and it just the turbulence that was going on here, I wouldn't have there'd be something going on here. I just don't believe this shape, and I'm not going to try and work it out because I've spent enough hours on this map already. Just don't buy into it properly. Do buy into the quarry though. You might look at the quarry and go, oh, it looks unfinished. Do you know what? It looks finished enough for me. Okay, and all the little rocks plopped around on the top there, and note they're plopped on the top. They haven't been dropped from miles in the air. They've been plopped on the top. Unlike the rocks in this little quarry over here, which do look like they have been dropped from miles in the air, making great big divots in the landscape. This is a bit weird, I have to say. Meteorite Central there, but yeah, it's an interesting oversight. Interesting. How that happened, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was a move its import, possibly. Then we have, let's come back down here. I do like this little rail bridge. I think that's quite twee. twee is a good word, I feel, for that. And we've seen everybody's favourite factory. We've sung it already. Let's have another quick look at that one while we're down this way. Is there anything else? Oh, let's do some jumping around. There is a stray pillar here. I wonder what it was. I easily found it by just like doing that with it. Drop it below the road surface and it's gone forever. There we go. One of those gone. Then, if we come over this way, this is one of those oil fields, and you can see we've just got a little bit of road glitching, where it's just been squeezed a little bit too tight. Probably doesn't show on Zwishy's machine, but definitely shows on my one. And yeah, shapes of the hills are good. And is there anything else we haven't checked out? Oh yeah, I'm loving the shape. Yeah, shapes of the trees as well, very pleasing. Very toenail clipping as well. And yeah, the way that they've been worked into the hills, it's all good work. I just wanted to point out all the good stuff, having grumbled about one or two silly things as well. And back to the start square, which can only mean one thing. It's the French Colonial Palace by TRXVI JXCOB, or as I think it is, Travis Jacob. I'll be stunned if it's not Travis Jacob. Anyway, yeah, this is really lovely. First thing from them, and if we see more from this, I would be very excited. Personally, I would use this as the front of a railway terminus, personally, and have the rail running into the back for detailing. Anyway, factoids, because factoids, why not? There actually aren't 57 varieties of Heinz ketchup, and never were. Company founder H.J. Heinz thought his product should have a number, and he liked 57. Tip of the day, hit the glass bottle on the 57, not on the bottom, to get the ketchup flowing. There we go. Bonbon tip of the day. Oh dear, this stuff, eh? Anyway, French Colonial Palace by Travis Jacob. That is an amazing first appearance on the show, and want to see more. More from you, please. But I want to see more from you. You see, if you're here, have you thought about voting lately? Is this map a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. Use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. See, you're probably logged into one of those already. What do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, I think it's a strong one, you know. It's not going to the very top level, but it doesn't need to. This is one of those maps that is exactly as I think it needs to be, and it's 4 stars, isn't it? I can't give it super high scores because there are maps that go to the next level, but yeah, it's a 4-star map, medium low. I'm going to do exactly the same with detailings. 1 or 2 grumbly bits, pretty strong standards across the map, and plenty of time spent on it. So I'm going to go again, medium low 4 stars. Solid. Gameplay potential. I foresee traffic problems because of the way we've got the highway set up. For that, I think we've got to drop out the 4 stars, go to a very high 3 stars for Highlake points by Zwishy. I'm going to hold back on the seal of approval just because I think I need to punish that, because I've been punishing myself for Merrickstowe ever since I realised my glorious error. I'm not going back to fix it. The map isn't that good. It was the first map. It's got a lot of interesting things on it. Do go and check it out. If you're bright, you'll probably do that. And if you're still here, let me know. Use the word of the day in the comments. Prove you're part of the 20 and out elite. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day. See you very, very soon.